everybody. My name's Renee Varnadore, and this is Soul Portal Journeys. And Pluto is about to enter Aquarius, and I want to tell you all about it because I'm a galactic astrologer. So I prepared a whole presentation for you. So I'm going to share my screen now, and then we can get going. And you can find out why is this important to you. Okay, we're going to go there and we're going to go to, well, hasn't Pluto been in Aquarius before? We're going to go there and we're going to look at how to actually deal with these energies. These are new energies coming for us, not to mess with us. They're coming for us to help us complete that's which we came here on the earth plane to do. So Pluto enters Aquarius and conjuncts 3 stars in early degrees Aquarius. So the minute he's already, this is January 8th. Pluto does not go into Aquarius until the 20th of January. Okay, this is 2024. But he's already conjunct the stars Al-Adfar, Alberio, and Altar. So, so why are we doing it? Why do we care? So if we look at the chart, which I'm going to show you in a minute, we can see that the sun ushers Pluto into Aquarius. He's been pretty much, except for 2.5 months last year, been in Capricorn for the last 15 years. Pluto takes 147 years to go all the way around all 12 signs of the zodiac and come back to where he started. And we know that the United States of America is going through its Pluto return for the first time because USA is a young country. But for us, we're not going to have a Pluto return. Pluto's not going to return to any of our charts, but what Pluto is doing is that he may hit certain points in our chart. So if we have late degree of Capricorn, early degree of Aquarius, we're already feeling the magic of Pluto, as Pluto is this master of transformation. He seems to bring death to the things the ego clings to. Okay, so there's like deaths, all these deaths. And all of these deaths are not like to be mean or to do us in or to ruin our plans. It's to take away the false masks so that we can fully step into what we're actually here to learn as who we truly are, which is on a soul level, not necessarily on a mundane level. So Pluto doesn't feel comfortable to my little plans, but it's amazing how I've been able to surrender under Pluto's guidance my little plans and open myself again and again and again and again to this larger picture of being a soul on this planet for a reason. So we're going to look at what some of those reasons might be. It might be better to know ourselves, to gain a higher perspective. That's Aquarius. We can look above and see the long view. I believe that I chose to be here at this time of transition. It's my feeling that times of transition bring us so much more learning. We figure out so much more stuff that it's just like, yeah, I'm volunteering. Let's go. I want to find out what the heck's going on. But there are evolutionary seeds for humanity that have been lying dormant for a very, very long time, thousands and thousands of years. We're talking thousands here. For most of us, some of these seeds have sprouted, okay, and it started to. We don't know what they are yet, but we know something new is happening. We know something's about to stir. It's like we're at this beginning of spring point. We know we're in a major transition. We want to do it right. We want to do it perfect, but there really is no such thing as perfect. But we've got to move into and give hope and support for everybody who's making a change to become more of their authentic selves. So those of us who are like walking a little bit ahead because we're like, whoa, I can feel this waking up. We're a little ahead because we're centered. We've been doing practices that help us return to ourselves, to know that all of our answers within our own selves and not in the external world and the external things that Pluto has been destroying, all these old earth structures that Pluto has been testing, and things are crumbling, and things that have always been in the shadows are coming to light. It's like you walk into the kitchen, you turn the light on, and all of the cockroaches run back under the refrigerator. That's kind of what we're seeing happening, not just in the United States, but all over the world right now. But we can see that there's a lot of information held in the stars. And we're going to talk about 3 stars in particular. These are our guiding lights. I think of Aldebaran as our Genesis star. It's at 0 degrees and some Aquarius. There is a gentle star. This star, Alberio, teaches us this gentleness. And then there's courageous star, Altar. So those are the ones, this is like 0 degrees, 1 degrees, 2 degrees Aquarius. So these are the dates. And if you want, just email me. I'll give you the email address below this video. Email me and let me know that you want the dates for Pluto into Aquarius, and I will send you a PDF of this presentation. Just as a thank you for giving me your email address and letting me send you at least one email before you unsubscribe. So there you go. We've got Pluto, like I said, already doing a dance. He goes to 2 degrees this year. That's as far as he gets into Aquarius, is 2 degrees Aquarius. Whoa, he's got a long way to go since there's 29 degrees, 29.59 degrees in Aquarius. He didn't get very far this year, but he's got a 20-year journey here. So Pluto is going to conjunct Aldebaran first, and that's in the Lyra constellation, and he's going to do that on February 1st, 2024. But hey, this is the big date right here. Just write that down if you don't want to subscribe to my email list. January 20th, 2024. Okay. Then the next star Pluto is going to hit is Alberio, and that's in the Cygnus constellation, and that'll be exact on March 14th, 2024. And then Pluto is going to station retrograde on May 2nd, 2024, within 1 minute of an exact conjunction with Altar. That's the really bold, courageous star. And that is going to be amazing. And we're really going to feel the power of that star. So on this day, or just a couple days before, a couple days after, this is like your chance. If you want to step into more courage, this star, Altar, will help you do that. So Pluto is going to return to Capricorn on September 1st, 2024. So he's not going to be in Aquarius the whole year. And then he's going to be back in Aquarius on November 19th, 2024. So there's just like not even 2 months here that he's going to be in Capricorn. And that's our chance to finish up our Capricorn work when there's this sense of denseness that we feel, this heaviness of this mastery of Earth sign Capricorn. There's all of this difficulty, and he's going to help, Pluto's helping us lighten that up, finish that work of lightening up this sense of responsibility that we have. It's good to have responsibility. We are each responsible for our own lives. I used to blame other people. We can't do that anymore. So we know that everything that I'm looking at out there that I don't like, you can find it in here. This is where change happens within me, within each of us. So we've got Pluto coming back into Aquarius on the 19th, and then he will be in Aquarius until 2043. So he's going to conjunct Aldebaran again, twice. Why twice? Because he's going across, he's going out of Aquarius, going into Capricorn, and then coming back into Aquarius, and he's going to hit those points. He's going to hit those points twice. He's also going to hit twice Alburio, which is, he's going to enter that in January 16th, 2025 for the second time. And then Pluto is going to have his, finally, the exact conjunction with Altar on February 3rd, 2025. So that's Pluto. But what does it look like on the chart? So this is the astrology wheel. These are the astrology signs. You might recognize your own sign. This right here is the sun. This little glyph here is Pluto. We know that we've got this big, powerful red lines and some blue lines in here. These are our challenge lines. These are our learning. These are all things that we learn how to work with the energies, and they can feel really challenging. But these blue lines are our flow lines. And what I notice about this chart is that Pluto, not only does the sun go first, this is really helpful because if we want to figure out what is it going to be like for the next 20 years with Pluto in Aquarius, wow, what's going to be transformed? The fact that the sun goes first and the sun is illumination and the sun tells us all the time how to shine our light. So we look at our own sun in our chart and we know how to shine our light, right? If you're an astrologer, if you've seen an astrologer, you've heard how to shine your light in this world. We look at Pluto, which is a little bit different. It's like Pluto is transforming. So we say, okay, the sun is shining a light on what Pluto is transforming in our lives. Okay. And some of the things that are happening while this is happening is that Saturn is conjunct Gangan, which is a trans-Neptunian dwarf planet who's way out beyond Pluto, right? And Saturn and Gangan are both conjunct this wonderful star, Fomalhaut, which is Archangel Gabriel's star. And so those of you who know me know that I love talking about the archangels and bringing in the archangel energy to help us heal our lives and help us get clarity and help us move forward and help us shine our light and help us not get so big-headed and spiritually smug that we can't help other people. Because the point of us being here is to anchor our light and help others. So we've got this happening. And so this is divine feminine energy here with Archangel Gabriel. And we've got Venus right on same degree as the galactic center, which is the center of the Milky Way galaxy. So we can go vast distances, light years out to the middle of the galaxy. And we think, oh my gosh, how can we possibly get there? It would take billions, millions of years to do that, right? Luckily, the galactic center is right within each one of them, just like Pluto is within each one of them, and Gangan is within each one of them. So all of these players, there's a point where, yes, we're born, our chart is full of all of these characters, all these archetypal patterns that we're born with. All of these in the moment of our birth, if this was a birth chart, if a baby is born at the exact moment that Pluto enters Aquarius at 0 degrees 00 minutes, okay, then wow, this baby's going to have an incredible life because this stays with you. This eternal moment of this chart stays with you your whole life, and transits happening on the outside of it are going to just really be powerful. Like when Pluto enters Pisces, that's going to be powerful to the chart of this person because there'll be a semi-sextile to the natal Pluto. So there's different aspects, different relationships, different ways of seeing the multiple faceted perspectives, the layer upon layer of all of these archetypal players that are playing out in our lives, sometimes in unconscious ways. And then we suffer a lot when that's happening. When we finally figure that out and we raise our vibration and we raise our frequency, when there's so many ways to do that now, it's just incredible that we can actually embody these energies. I like to embody them all through my chakras. And I teach my students how to do that. I teach the people that come into readings with me, I show them how to do that. So that's incredible. So Venus is divine feminine energy, and it's right on the galactic center. We also have this amazing dwarf planet way beyond Neptune. Hi, Paz. That's my cat, Paz. Haumea is this incredible higher octave of Neptune, and it's right on this really huge, powerful point called the Shapley attractor, where our galaxy, Milky Way, and a bunch of other galaxies are all moving toward this. Okay. And we're being drawn in kind of like a contraction. And you've probably heard the universe is expanding, which it is, but our neighborhood is contracting. So we feel all throughout our lives that we are expanding and contracting as we get insights, and then we have to bring them in and figure out how to use them. We get expansive insights. We have to figure out how to use them, how to keep them, how to use them when they need it, and not run around with it all the time, because it's a lot. So we figure all of this stuff out. And why do we need to know this? Well, maybe not everybody does, but those of us that want to know what's going on with all of these archetypes and how they're playing out in their life, we go to astrologers, professional astrologers, and get readings. Yeah, I'm one of those. So this is really powerful. Let's see if I forgot anything. Nope. These are the orbs. Now, if you're not an astrologer, turn your ears off because this is too technical. But this is the orb of influence. Now, I couldn't find very much information about this star at 0 degrees Aquarius, 0 degrees 22 Aquarius. So it's Aldefar. So I figured, well, my astrology software shows it. And so it shows a 1 degree orb. Okay. So I'm just going to call it 1 degree orb, and it's definitely, Pluto is definitely within 1 degrees of 0 degrees Aquarius right now. I can feel it so much. My ascendant is 0 degrees 0.50 Aquarius. So I am really excited, and because all of these stars, these 3 stars are conjunct my ascendant, all 3 of them. So it's just like, oh, I get it. Oh, I get it. So I have light bulbs going off as I'm investigating these 3 stars and how I've worked with them in my life and all of that. So let's get into how to work with these and what are they. So the first one we're going to come across, Pluto's going to hit this one on February 1st. Okay. And this star, Al-Adfar, is right here, okay, in Lyra. And Lyra is the harp constellation, and it has to do with music. And it has, over here, you can see it better, and you can see its main stars. You might have heard of the star Vega. It's one of the 5 brightest stars in the sky. And so you can see how the pattern of a harp, like this little part right here, the little harp handle, and then the harp here, this mystic rectangle creating the harp of Lyra and the Lyra congregation. And we can see some of the other Lyra constellation stars. Solifat is part of the new moon. It's 22 degrees Capricorn, and the new moon's going to be on 20 degrees some minutes. And I'm going to be doing a new moon ceremony on Thursday. If you want to do that, email me, get on my list, get that replay if you can't be there live. And then we've got this other famous star called Chiliac. We've got a globular star cluster. We've got Al-Athfar, and we've got Al-Dafar, okay, over here on this part of the harp, okay? And we also have this amazing thing called the Lyra Ring Nebula. So I was just trying to, since I can't find any information about this star, I was just tapping into what was my genesis of realizing that life is not when was I like woke up to the fact that, I'm not just this body walking around, and not everything I was told is true. So what's really going on here, on a soul level? And my first aha had to do with Genesis, the creation story. And so I feel like this star was instrumental in helping me understand what the tree of life truly is and what the Genesis creation story is really about on a much deeper level. People look at the superficial levels and the patriarchal takeover of that story and all kinds of things. And it's interesting to go back to the roots of that story. So that's one of the things I do. But so you might, click into the moment when you had a big aha in your life, when you realized, you know what, things are not as I thought. My life is not going to be happier if I buy a whole bunch of stuff and put it in my house. Maybe I should actually declutter my house. That would be nice. Okay. So we get to realizing things and waking up a little bit and not just believing what we're told, because our stuff will overpower our house pretty soon. So then we get to Albeiro, which is at 1 degree 33 Aquarius, and the sun will be exact, that star, on January 22nd. That's the sun. Pluto won't be there exact until March 14th, but you can already feel its orb of influence in spite of the fact that it's not on the same degree. We can feel its orb of influence already. Pluto moves slow. So anything Pluto touches, we experience for a long time. We've got plenty of chances to get tuned in to what these stars are all about and what's going on with them. So Albeiro is in the Cygnus. This is a picture of the Cygnus constellation, and it looks like a swan. Sure, kind of, sort of. But it really, I like to move my arms kind of in this position because we've got the here, right here. I just sang a song at my church when I was giving a talk on divine timing, and the song was Soaring. And what's very interesting that this star, Albeiro, is on the throat of the swan. So I was able to open my throat and sing that song about soaring while this Pluto is conjunct this Albeiro. And so a lot of things are happening with me and using my voice right now as I am feeling the connection between this. So if you feel like, oh my gosh, I am not speaking my truth, I am not using my voice, I'm afraid to sing except in the shower, my advice to you is this is a perfect time to start singing in the shower until you feel enough confidence to use your voice and speak your truth outside the shower, outside your own house. So that's just my 2 bits advice for right now. The stream of light that we call the star Alberio is actually 2 twin stars, a yellow star and a blue star. And these 2 work together. They're bound, they're working together. And so there's this sense that even though this position was labeled as 1 star, as our telescopes get better, we see there's actually 2. And so a lot of times we work with the energy of 1, and here we're coming into the energy of 2. So what's the 2? There is this energy with this star of the Great Mother. Now, an astrologer named Divine Harmony calls this Great Mother Mut. Now, I've always, growing up with this star conjunct my ascendant, felt this great mother as Mother Mary. But as I work with Mother Mary, she's basically telling me, like, don't look at me. Don't look at look to where I am looking, the great mother energy. So Mother Mary and her energy, her beautiful, gentle energy, her nurturing energy helped me connect to the source of the great mother, where she was able to get her light and embody that light of the great mother on the earth plane. So you can't just look at all these people that are famous and divine and incredible saints and ascended masters and be like them. You need to be like where they were seeking. That's my lesson anyway. Might be yours, might not. So this gentle nurturing star can help us adjust to the new ways of working with this new energy of Aquarius, because the Pluto transforming all these old earth structures that take a long time. Think how long it takes a crystal to, form. A long time, right? So our transformation takes a long time. But in the Aquarian energy, when Pluto enters that energy, woo, things can really get moving. There can be this incredible flow of energy much faster. Why? Because Aquarius is an air sign, and we learn how to use air signs. I have all of these ways of helping my students and people I read for work with this air sign energy that's coming for us this week. So, I mean, this whole year is going to be powerful. So this next star that I want to talk to you about is the one where Pluto is going to station retrograde. Now, what does that even mean? Planets, from our view on Earth, stand still on 1 degree exactly, and they're not moving either direction. And then they start moving retrograde, which is, like I said, when we're reflecting. Okay, so we'll have a chance. We're going through these 3 stars, and we'll get a chance to reflect on this energy during this stationing of Pluto before he goes retrograde on May 2nd. Okay. So if we haven't been able to if we've been tuning into this energy, but wait a minute, I was supposed to tune in this energy, I never did. What? I don't know how to tune in. Pluto's going to go retrograde across these 3 stars before he hits Capricorn again. So then we have a second chance from May 2nd to connect to these energies, so that they can then help us as we move into this faster pace of transformation that Pluto is bringing to us. Some people are scared of that, but I think it's exciting, because I've been doing so much inner work and so much ability to center in the middle of the storm that I'm going to be one of the ones helping other people be able to navigate this time. So Altar is in the constellation of the Eagle. This is the constellation right here. And Altar right here, it's the neck of the eagle. So when the whole thing I was talking about singing, it's really the neck of Altar is the neck of the eagle. The other one was, the other star that I said was the neck was actually the beak, which still has to do with singing. So I'm okay, right? But so we have double chances on being able to speak our truth. So the first one is more speak our truth, and then the next one is more heal our throat chakras so we can sing our truth. So that's right. So February 2nd is when he's going to go back. That's next year. Okay, he's going to go back to Alpha and then hit that exact degree. Okay, so the exact degree conjunction of that star. It's like Pluto goes up to 2 degrees 6 minutes, and Altar was on 2 degrees 6 minutes when he entered Aquarius. And then it's like they say, hi, hi. And then Pluto turns around and walks out. And, you know, the star, Altar, thought they were going to kiss. So they don't get the kiss until Pluto comes back on February 2nd, 2025. So Altar's theme is boldness, according to Bernadette, Bernadette Brady. Okay, so I have one of her books on stars. Love it, love it. And I was so happy to see this because I didn't know this until I looked at it this morning, and I always thought of Pluto as courageous. And I was saying that Pluto was courageous because for me, this star Altar is courageous. Pluto is too, but this star Altar is what is helping me be courageous and walking out and speaking my truth in the world, which, if more people did that, I think we'd have a better world if we really understood the truth and not this made up weirdness, and misinformation. So for me personally, this helps me step out into the unknown, and Pluto in Aquarius is unknown. None of us have lived through it before, except for a little bit last year, which I'll talk about in a minute. So how Altar saved my life? Well, Altar is, where is it? Yes. Different stars rule different places on your body. And so Altar rules 7 inches below the bend of the left knee. Huh? Yeah, that's like a calf muscle in the back of the leg, right? Okay. When I was like 7 years old, I had leg pains in the middle of the night where my left calf in the back just ramped up and was so painful. And I was screaming so loud that my mom came in to find out what was happening in the middle of the night to her little daughter. And I told her how much pain it was, and we'd had this pain before, and what is going on. And then my mom said, let's tell the doctor the next time you go in. So I'm like, okay, let's do that. So I remember that, but I never talked when I was younger. I never said anything to anybody. That just wasn't what I did. My mom did all the talking and I tagged along. That's how it went. But I was about ready to go to Brownie camp, and we were going to be out in the middle of nowhere, no hospitals, no medical center, no nothing. We are going to be like out there camping, like camping. And I was about to leave for a week, going to go do that. And we were at the doctor's, so they were very wisely making everybody sign off. And we were done. The doctor said everything was fine, hopped off the little thing, and we're standing at the door, and my mom's chatting up the doctor. And then I'm like, get this guide who reminded me to say that we were going to tell the doctor about my leg pain. So I told my mom, remember we were going to tell the doctor about my leg pain? So my mom goes, oh. And then she tells him what's been going on. And the doctor went, oh, because he just got back from a medical conference where they said that if people have that kind of leg pain, that oftentimes it's a sign in young ones like me. It's not just growing pains. Growing pains isn't anything. It could be a sign of rheumatic fever. So there was a blood test for that. I hopped back up on the table, got the blood test. The results came back 2 days before I was supposed to go to Brownie camp. And sure enough, I had rheumatic fever. I would have probably died going and doing all of that strenuous activity, climbing up whatever mountains and swimming and all that other active stuff, because bed rest and convalescence is the antidote for this issue, for this problem that I had. And I used to think of that as a tragedy, that I couldn't do this and I couldn't do that and I had to rest. But now looking back on my life, I realized that because I had that extra time of not having to go to school for 2 years and to just be resting, that had helped open up and keep open this imaginal realm in which I, love to be. It's the realm of poetry, it's the realm of art, it's the realm of spirituality. It's this much more in tune spiritual realm that I would never have. I would have been, it would have been educated out of me like it is for so many of us on the planet at this time. So that is actually a blessing, and that's how Altar saved my life. So that's these 3 stars in Pluto. I have more information to give you, but I think I have talked long enough for today. And so I'll be back with another video, and I will put my email address in the show notes along with my website in case you decide that you need some support during this time. If you have got anything that's even close to this Pluto 0 degrees, 1, 2, 3 degrees Aquarius, or Capricorn 22, 28, 29 degrees, anything here, if any of your planets, you need support right now. This is a big year for you. And I'm volunteering. You can pick me, you can pick somebody else, but just pick someone. Because this is going to be big. So let me stop sharing that and just invite you into my world. How do you get in my world? My website. It's going to be listed there. My Facebook group, Soul Portal Journey Sisterhood, and my email address. So you can get on my email listings, and then you get my new moon ceremony and all my other replays. So those are the ways to get in touch with me. And so blessings to you on this beautiful time where we are finishing our Capricorn work. And I'll see you next